There we go. Okay. Oh, one more second. Let me just do something. Okay. Alrighty, let's start. Let's just start with a shakeout. Just shaking out, getting a little bounce into our bodies, waking up our kinesphere, our realm of movement potential. Getting into the back space, the front space, the side space. Shake, shake, shake. Just enliven your whole body so that every cell in your body gets a little bounce, a little resilience. And then let's inhale, open, stretch out and up. Deep breath in and exhale, opening the arms out to the sides, releasing it down. Inhale, open, lift, reach, and exhale. Let it go. 2 more times. Inhale, lift and open, and exhale, release. And last one, inhale, fill up, expand, get bigger. This time, bend your knees, open your feet wide, drop it down, and just shift your weight from side to side. Let your head hang down, bending your knees. So we're not going for the biggest hamstring stretch yet. Just letting our body get some movement, shifting from side to side, freeing up your spine, freeing up your head-tail connection. And then coming into center and rolling it up. And we'll do the lymph flush, rubbing your hands together. Yeah, I'm having allergies. And right hand on the upper left quadrant. We're just going to go through this really fast. Upper left clavicle, getting in under there, maybe moving around underneath it. Fairly vigorous if that feels okay. And then switch it to the other side. Same thing. Turning your head so that the movement happens underneath and inside as well as on the surface. Again, really getting in there. And then we're going to go to the angle of the jaw up here. Just inviting that lymphatic fluid, if it's stuck anywhere, to really flow freely. And it's all coming back into the bloodstream under this area, the subclavian vein, where it returns to the bloodstream and then filters out. So we want to make sure that it is smoothly flowing. And this is the lymph that's coming from your brain. So we want to get that really clear. Glial lymphatic fluid. And let's do on your face right next to your nose, little circles. Squish up your face, open it up, get that movement in there. Ideally, getting some movement in. There is a lymph node there, but we're getting the sinuses also to move a little bit. And then the last one, just under your cheekbone, right in there. Give it a shake, give it a shake, give it a shake. Hands together, just a quick 10 little dragons running through the forest, waking up the cranium. And just inviting movement so that we're giving our body a chance to clear anything that needs to be cleared. And I'm just going to give a hit over each shoulder. So I'm trying to get back here in my upper traps, which tend to hold a lot of tension. Just banging into that a little bit. I said this was going to be fast, but we're going a little bit more serious. We're going to go to the K27 points. Here's the edge of my collarbone, just an inch or two down. There should be like a little indentation, just circling in there. I have my finger and my thumb in there. This is like everyday work. It's like brushing your teeth. Like you can just do it, clear some of the stuff so we're not getting blocked in our bodies, especially as we're so sedentary in our lifestyle. Like I've been sitting a lot, both in rehearsal and in the car getting to and from rehearsal. And my body does not like sitting so much. All right, let's take a thump out, little Tarzan. Oh, thymus thump all the way out to the edge. So it starts in here and then moves out. Making some noise, some vibration. And then right hand to your armpit pec on the left, getting in there, back to the lymph. moving that fluid around, getting it open and clear. Same thing on the right. And then into sternochyli, right between your belly button and the xiphoid process, bottom of your ribs. So it's like, here's my belly button down here. It's above that, but it's lower than your ribs. Pumping in and up. And you can kind of round over it if you want to, or squish around, move your body, getting a little ringing and squeezing and squishing from the inside while we're also pushing from the outside. And then inguinal fold. And then behind your knees, behind the eye of the knee. And then coming up, and let's just twist, spiraling one way and then the other. So somebody asked me on Instagram, like they're doing the lymph flush, and they're like, I've been doing it for 5 days. I don't feel any different. And, you know, it's like brushing your teeth. I mean, it's like general body movement hygiene for the fluid of your lymph. It has sometimes for me, I feel like I can feel things clear faster. Like, oh, it took a few days and I could feel that I cleared out stuff out of my system. And sometimes it's months or it's a whole season. It depends on what you're fighting against. Like this, I am struggling a little bit with allergies, which I had really cleared once before, and then I had COVID. Like we don't know what's affecting us, and stress in our environment, all this stuff can make it take longer. All right, we're gonna just swing the arms forward and backward, kind of free flow, letting them fly out there, letting the movement of our chest and spine spiral, trying to keep our pelvis kind of stable, not super stable, not totally locked down, but just so that we're getting this free flow in the upper body, a little more stable in the lower body. Then we're going to change it. You're going to swing your arm forward and keep them swinging around and go up and down. So it's making a full circle. So one arm swings forward, one arm swings back, and they just keep circling. And then the other way, other arm swings forward, and they just continue to circle. If this is coordinationally challenging, don't worry about it. One day it'll click. Good. And relax that. Circle your shoulders, big circles. And then the other way, up and over. And then let's do this big arch and curl, arching and opening, hollowing and curling. So we're fluffing up our discs, mobilizing our tissues, but just giving the discs a chance to readjust. So as we move our spine in this cat-cow forward-backward motion, or really in any motion, we're giving the discs a chance to readjust so that they're really functioning well. People think, oh no, I got a slip bulging disc and there's nothing I can do. Yes, you can. You can move around and let your spine readjust that tissue. All right, let's grab weights. So I am going with a fairly light set of weights, well, 2 sets of 3-pound weights. You can go for a 1-pound weight, 3-pound weights, 4-pound weights, 5-pound weights, whatever you want to do. Really work within a realm that feels good to you. And I'm going to add feet to this. I'm just going to lower the camera down a little. So we're starting parallel, bending and straightening. Going bend and bicep curl. 2, parallel feet. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, long spine. 8, 9, 10, pressing straight up. 1, 2, straight knees, straight legs. 3, hands are like in line with the front of your body. 4, like here. 5, 6, so they're not pushing back. 7, 8, 9, 10, turn out your feet, little baby first position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Pressing up, straight up. 1, 2, 3. Pushing through your legs. 4 long straight legs. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Come into parallel. Just circle your shoulders a couple times. And then the other way, up and over. We're mobilizing all that tissue, giving it some blood flow, fluid flow, energy flow. And then dropping your ear to one shoulder. And you're going to push away with the other shoulder. And then just turn your head a little bit. Or push away with this other hand. Hand is reaching away. Moving your head around on top. Not so you're super duper stretching that tissue, but giving it some movement. Other side, push away. Let your head move a little bit. Come back in, just let the arms drop down. Turn your head from side to side. Breathing. Ideally in through your nose, out through either your nose or mouth. And then head is going to go forward and backward. And then side to side, if you can. And then drop it down and look up. What has my cat found? Oh, that's not for you. Give me that. Oh, as you can see, the decorations are gone. And now there are some little bits of balloon around, and the cats like to play with it. I need to throw it away. I need to get it out of the vicinity because I'm just worried that one of them will eat it. All right. And let's take it down to the floor, seated in a cross-legged position. Keeping your weight sort of near you. We'll do some stuff on the floor with them in a minute. And let me adjust the camera. And let's go side side. So stretching from side to side. Inhale, open over the top. Exhale. Letting your butt really connect to the floor so that the torso up out of your pelvis, the bones of your pelvis is getting this stretch. I feel like this type of thing really helps my lower back. And then circling the whole way around. It's especially the change for me that I need the stretch from here into there. That really, really helps for me to keep loose and happy in my lower back. That change from sideways to this diagonal, it's a big one. And I feel like there's very few exercises that give that exact stretch. And let's change so non-dominant leg is in front. We'll just go a little slower with the same thing. So stretching it to the side, hang out there. Take it down over your knee, hang out there. Into center, breathe into that. Yeah, this gives me like a lot of stretch in my hips and lower back. Over the other knee and into my side stretch. And inhale up, reversing the direction, sideways, down over your knee. Surrender, let your head totally drop forward, taking it forward into center. Big breathing into your body. Over to the other side. And then side stretch. And come up. Let's just twist looking around one way and then the other. Go back and forth a few times. And I'm using my arms to get my spiral a little deeper, pushing into the floor. And then taking it down one last time to the front. Just free up your spine from your tail to your head. Let it go. And then come down onto your back on the floor. And let's knee drop from side to side. Really relaxed and easy. Just letting your legs fall one way, opening through center, and then the other way. So as relaxed as possible. Letting your knees open all the way and then close. Massaging through your sacrum, releasing your inner thighs, and just releasing the relationship of the legs into pelvis so that it's not sort of just linear and one-dimensional, but we can internally and externally rotate here, opening and closing. And let's continue with that, hands on your knees, just circling your knees, letting your lower back relax, easy in your hips, easy in your spine, and change direction. And then taking your hands behind your head, just reaching out, one leg in, one leg out, crossing, taking the slow contralateral movement, moving across your body. You can flex the bottom foot if you want to, just pushing out through your heel, getting that stretch in your calf. Four more. 3, 2, last one. Relax it down. Shake it all out. Let everything jiggle and relax. Flow in your body. We're not blocking it, right? If we have a lot of tension, it blocks flow. If we block flow, we're blocking the fluid movement, which is both nourishing and detoxifying our body, right? The fluids move through there, giving the nourishment, the food, the oxygen, all that stuff, and also taking away waste products. So we want to have that flow really accessible and unblocked in our body. All right, let's warm up our back a little bit, pelvis up, just circles with your hips. Getting as high as you can, maybe warming it up more slowly, but when it feels okay, really push up through the top of that circle and change direction other way. And then come in, roll it down through your spine. Let's roll up and down a few times. So I'm gonna tuck my tail, roll up through my spine, vertebra by vertebra, on the top, get as high as I can, and then soften through the rib cage. Really try and get the ribs to return all the way down to the bottom. When I hit the bottom, I'm gonna arch a little bit and have that lumbar curve again. Then I'm gonna flatten out my spine, tuck and roll it up. Push as high as I can, and then soften through the ribs, rib cage, lungs, and heart softening toward the floor, rolling it back down at the bottom. And take a big breath and just create that lumbar curve, arch. Exhale, flatten it out, roll it up, hollowing and scooping, lifting at the top. Inhale, I'm going to push with my legs and go so that my chest comes to my chin. And then exhaling, softening, rolling it all the way down. Inhaling at the bottom, arching my back. Exhale, taking out the arch, and then curl to roll it up. Inhale, pushing back, chest to chin. Exhale, pulling forward, knees away from your head. Roll it all the way down. At the bottom, arch, create the lumbar curve. Exhale, flatten that out. Roll it up, all the way up to the top. Push, pull, roll it down. And relax, just shake everything out. Let your hips release, let your lower back release. And grab a set of weights. So I'm going to have 2 3-pound weights all together. So I have 6 pounds in between my hands, and I'm going to circle around my body with my weights. So I am bringing my knees together and my feet are turned in, pigeon-toed and knock-kneed for this, just to stabilize the lower body, circling with the upper body, holding the weights, letting this massage out my back and my shoulders as I'm getting a little bit more density because I'm holding weights, right? And change direction, go the other way. Exhaling up, inhaling down. If this hurts, if you're kind of bony and your back on the floor feels like you need more padding, double up your mat if you need to, add a towel, do something so that it's not really uncomfortable. At the same time, the other thing you could do is just think of really yielding into the floor. So you're not fighting against the floor, but your bones are working in collaboration with the floor, with gravity. Come into center and let that go. Get rid of your weights. Let's open our arms outside side. I'm just going to scooch down so I can do this. Arms outside side, legs up in the air, starting with bent knees, feet off the floor, turning your head away from your knees, big spiral. So this class that we're doing right now is like super recuperation for my body to reset my body so that I am feeling good again after having been still so much in tech rehearsal for a show where I'm not an actor, I'm a choreographer for the show. So I am watching, I'm on stage some of the time helping them and doing things, but mostly I'm sitting around I was sitting for like 10 hours yesterday or 11 or 12, way too long. That's just not what my body likes to do. So all of what we're doing is like just getting me back on track. And I can feel how much better I feel already just from moving. And come in, release that. Let's roll back and forth, rounding through your spine. Yeah, also because in my tech rehearsal weekend, I didn't teach on Saturday. So I didn't get the normal stuff that my body needs on a regular basis to feel good. And let's take it, let's just do a little bit of mobility. Let's do it rolling from side to side. So you're going to roll onto your side. Let's just start with the roll. Really simple. Start with just rolling across your back, letting that massage out your shoulders, your lower back. Thinking of pouring the body, pouring the water in your body, pouring yourself from side to side, just pouring across. And then we're going to change it on the next one when I come back. We're going to come over. You're going to take one leg down and just come up and then surrender it back down to the floor. Roll it to the other side, one leg back, and take it back down. Roll across, one leg goes behind, and you just come up, and then you release back down to the floor, roll, and come up. So this is really a mobility exercise, and being able to get up from the floor is something that we want to be able to do easily for the rest of our lives, right? So that we have a good quality of life as we get older, because we can move. It's easy to move if we practice these ways of moving. Also, this is going to massage out parts of your body. So we want to let ourselves discover new ways of moving. All right, and we're going to change it, coming up onto your butt, or let's say not discover new ways of moving, although yes, that is great too, but find really functional ways of getting around, ambulating, locomoting on the floor, so that if we did fall, if we did hurt ourselves, we could still find ways to move, right? We aren't completely like, oh, there's only one way to move. There's many ways to move. So we're going to be on our butt, come across, open, lift, take it down to the floor, push the floor away, open, paint the rainbow, and take it down. Surrender, push, open it up, and take it down. Open, open, and let go. Pressing up, open, open, and take it down. Open, open, and take it down. And we're going to change it. You're going to go, just going to back up. You're going to go onto one side, come up onto your knees. Just take your pelvis up and then pelvis down. Coming around, I'm still circling my arm up and down and around. So all of this is also great for your hips, bone density in the hip socket, femur head, the big bones of your pelvis. And that's it. That's good. Let's finish that one off. Have a little sip of my coffee and get going again. All right, let's come to hands and knees. Opening your hands wider than your sticky mat, circles with your chest, down to the floor and up. Letting yourself really mobilize from side to side. Rib cage, lungs, and heart organs moving around other way, circling around. Good, and come in. So we're going to try a few different versions of this exercise. And some of them, if you take my class, are going to be very familiar. So let's go with opposite arm to leg, out, in, out, and then change. Out, in, out, change. Out, in, out, change, out, touch, opposite side of your body, out, in, out, change, out, in, out, change. Now we're going to change the pattern. So what we're going to do is we're going to go still cross body. So you're going to take one arm and leg, but you're going to reach them both back and then both forward. So they're both going back, they're both going forward at the same time. Back and forward, back and forward, back and forward. Last one, back and forward. Change it to the other side. Arm and leg back and forward together. So it's the other diagonal, just a different pattern. 4 more. 3, 2, 1, and relax. So yeah, we want to find these different ways of moving so we don't get locked into there's only one way to do it. That's like really rigid thinking. We want fluid thinking, lots of possibilities. How else could we do something? Let's come back up to our hands and knees. One more version. You're going to reach opposite arm leg out, take it to the diagonal, bring it back and come in. Change it out, diagonal, back and in. Out, diagonal, back, in. Out, diagonal, back, in. Out, diagonal, back, in. Out, diagonal, back. One more time each side, up, reach. Last one, up, reach, then come in and relax. We're going to do one more thing, and that is just crawling. So scoot yourself back to the edge of your mat and then take yourself to the top of your mat. Feeling what that is again to crawl, right? It may be the thing that gets you where you need to go at some point. So trying to come back to that patterning that we learned as babies, how to crawl. Yeah, all of that time on hands and knees is incredibly valuable. Figuring out different ways of being in our bodies. Let's come onto our sides into a side plank. And let's do the arch and curl with that. So anytime we're doing that arch and curl, again, we're giving our discs chance to readjust and get more resilient. Our springy, bouncy discs that are pushing our vertebrae away from each other. So coming onto your side, arching back into a ball. Inhale, open, exhale, close. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and come in. Swing it around to the other side. Same thing here. Open and close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Great. And coming down. So when we when we do a cat cow and we're on our side, it's very different than doing an arch and curl when we're seated or on all fours. Let's do some tricep push-ups. So we'll do a tricep push-ups with a tricep push-up. Elbows, hands are going to be close to your chest, elbows coming into your side. Tricep, this muscle back here. If I open my hands wider, I feel like it's more pec and not quite so much back of the arm. If my hands are narrow, it's back of the arm. So let's try that with the legs popping up in between. So what I'm going to do is do a push-up, and I'm going to curl my toes under, pop it up into a side plank, coming back down. I think I'm going to lower with my knees off the floor, and I'm going to keep them on the floor, pop it up, open, back into your plank, lowering down, knees on or off the floor, knees on or off the floor to come up, pop them off, side plank, bring it in, lower, press it up to the side, bring it in, lower, pushing it up to the side plank, plank, lower down, push it up to the side plank, back to plank, lower down, 2 more, push it up, side plank, plank, lower down, last one, push it up, side plank, into your plank, take your butt up to the ceiling, walk your feet in, just hang out in a forward fold. Interlace your hands behind your back, bend and straighten your knees. Breathing into the back of your body. You can kind of come like with your head out and then curl and try and look up. Head coming out, curl, rounding your spine, flat back, bent knees, round your spine, 2 more, flat back, bent knees, round your spine, last one. Then relax your arms down, take it down all the way to the floor. Coming onto your back. And let's do a happy baby. Opening up, wiggling around, free flow the happy baby. Let it be happy and baby-like. And then you can shake everything out, arms and legs. And let's roll back over onto our bellies. And let's do just regular Pilates swimming for a minute. So arms out, legs behind, adding a pumping breath. So big sniff through your nose, huffing and puffing, getting your diaphragm going. Again, just getting that lymphatic fluid really pumping through your body through that deep diaphragmatic breathing. Off we go. Inhale, lift it up, float it around. Take your hands next to your chest, arch all the way up, open, open, open. And release it back down, soften and melt. Inhale up. If you want to bend your knees, try and touch your toes to your head, you can. And release it down. Inhale up. And release. And last one. Inhale up. Take it back into a child's pose. Hang out in your child's pose and melt. Wiggle around, breathe, shift, soften. Wiki Diki is very excited today, doing his running around the house, charging around back and forth. Let's take it onto our sides. We're going to do this other tricep push-up, which is, I haven't done it in here for a long time. You're going to be on your side, seated on your hip. Your foot is on your knee. The bottom hand, the one that would be touching down here, is going to wrap around your lat. The other hand is going to come down to the floor, touching your shoulder to the floor, up and down, going 1, 2, 3, 4, pushing with your hand, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's do 2 more. 11, 12. Swing it around to the other side. So you're on your hip, knee is pointing straight forward, foot is on your other knee, bottom hand wraps around and grabs, top hand to the floor, crossing over your body for 12. Going 1, hand next to your shoulder, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 2 more, 11, 12. Push the floor away and come up. Let's open up into a straddle. And here we're going to arch and curl. So you're going to take your hands behind and lift. You can even lift your butt off the floor. Arch and then point, round your spine. Take your waist backwards and curl. So we're not really trying to go down to the floor right now. We're just sitting up and arching and curling. Inhale, flex, arch and lift. Exhale, point. Scoop your belly in and curl. Flex, arch and open. Point, hollow and curl. Flex, arch and open. Point, hollow and curl. Last one. And point and take it down and let go. And then come up, bring your legs together, give them a bang up and down, rotate in and out. Let's take one knee on top of the other knee. The other leg is just straight out in front of you. Take it forward and down. Breathe into it. And then come up, foot on the other side of your knee, just spiral towards that leg, get taller. And then spiral the other way. And let's do one more here. Let's take your ankle. Ankle is past your knee and your leg is open, the other leg's out in front. Just taking it down here, breathe into that. Let go. And then come up, unscramble, bang it out, rotate in and out. Switch it to the other side. Knee over your knee. Sit up tall. You can inhale up if you want to. Take it forward and down. Breathe into it. Big, big breathing into your body. And then come up, foot on the floor, spiral toward the leg, twist and get taller. And take it the other way. Come back, ankle over your knee, take it forward and down. Breathe into it. Let your head and neck release. And then come up, bring both legs out front. Just give them a bang, up and down, rotate in and out. Letting that tissue just loosen and soften. And then sliding your feet underneath you, taking your butt up to the ceiling, opening your feet wide, dropping it down. We're going to walk over to one leg. So I've got my left hand around my right ankle, just taking it in there. Then I'm going to lengthen my spine and just reach my right hand up to the ceiling. So I'm over to my right side, right hand is going up and I'm twisted. And then I'm going to sweep through, Take my right hand to my left ankle, take it down. You might be on the other side. And then I'm going to open up, other hand to the ceiling, bringing it up. And coming back in, bend your knees and roll it all the way up. Here he is, the big squeakles, which I don't know if you can see, but he's got, there we go. He's got two different colored eyes. He's got his little David Bowie eyes, one blue one and one green one. He's a funny little guy. Anyway, just sharing the squeaky deeks. Normally you see the pea pod, I think, in here. And this guy, for some reason, is coming in here a lot right now. Probably because he wants attention. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Inhale, open. Exhale. Last one. Deep breath in. And exhale, let it go. And I'm going to end the live stream. So if anybody made it, came this far, you win the grand prize of having accomplished something for your own body. Yay! What's more important? Well, accomplishing for other people too, but the heart serves itself first. We got to take care of our own bodies so we have the resources